Alright everybody, in this video I got to sit down and have a live coaching session with MattyOW. If you're not aware, MattyOW is the only celestial complete in the voltaic benchmarks. He has done some amazing accomplishments this year. In this, we go through bouncets, which is my hardest scenario, and I know a lot of people struggle with it as well. He gives a lot of tips and tricks to try to push your score even higher. We also got into a little bit of what he did to get to the aim he is and what he wants to accomplish in the near future. I hope you guys really like it because there's a lot of good information in it. All right, let's roll it. What is up, Matty?
How's it going?
How you doing, man?
I just finished rendering some VODs.
Oh, nice.
So I think how I'm gonna do this is just like you play and then I'll I'll point out some stuff or whatever.
Okay.
Like whatever can be helpful.
What scenarios you want me to play? Do you want me to play the AIMER 7?
You could do AIMER 7 Speed Revisited, or you can probably play some of your weakest voltaic scenarios.
Okay.
I'll probably help out.
Sounds good. Let me get the sharing of the screen up really quick. Today's just been crazy. Work was crazy, everything was crazy, so. Alright, there's the screen. Hopefully Kovacs doesn't screw up on my other.
Nope.
There it is.
Hopefully some people in chat can benefit from this as well.
I hope so. I really do. People were, when I tweeted it out earlier, and people were saying that they're excited for it. So right now, I think my weakest looks like multi-click, or maybe we can do some
multi-click.
Yeah, multi-click. That's the no, bouncets.
About that now.
Bouncets. That's the only thing I'm not diamond in on the Kovacs.
Oh, I could explain bouncets really quickly.
Bouncets would be a really good one, I think, because I think a lot of people really are hurting on bouncets.
All right, so before you start, like what I like to think about when I play bouncets is I don't really treat it like the dynamic scenario. Basically, you want to get into this rhythm where you're going for the target while it's falling, and like you just have this constant pattern of like falling targets. Like, like you'll see it in some of my VODs where it's just I never go for them really if they're going up. Like they're always going down, so it's just always a downward motion.
Okay.
It's like that's the biggest thing.
Okay, hold on. I gotta turn you up a little bit. Gravity's saying. So always be hitting it like a downward motion.
Yeah, so always be tracking them downwards, and then like if you keep your eye on the other bots around it, they'll also they'll hit their apex and they'll also start their downward arc. So
okay.
You can just constantly farm it like that.
So volume. Give me 1 second to get this volume up. Actually, I know how to get it up. That should work. I'll just turn it up on the mixer. That should be a lot better. Say something real quick, Matty.
Hey, what's up?
There we go. That's better.
All right.
So, do you what is your recommended FOV for bouncets?
On this new one, 105.
105. Okay.
If not 105, you can like 103 or 105 will usually work best. I usually go 105.
Okay. And then what's your recommended sensitivity?
My normal one, like 46.
Okay. Because I usually play right around 40 and go from there.
That's pretty good too.
Okay. So let's give it a shot. I know one thing that really messes with me is having bots, trying to get on bot and then having another bot come across and just kind of just not knowing where to hit it,
Right.
Like that. Probably gonna take me a few runs to kind of get warmed up. I didn't warm up at all.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Like I have played, this is the most played scenario I think I have right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's just trying to grind it out. And like in AIM Labs, like I demolished it. I almost have it as Jade, I think, just from playing it so much in Kovacs.
I mean, unironically, the AIMLab version, like the AIMLab version has more patterns that you could take advantage of. If you grind that a lot, like, it'll make this one seem a lot easier, because this one is a lot more varied, so it's harder. Okay, so I saw you trying to do the pattern thing. So if you notice that you're pathing, like you know how I say like road mapping, like if you know how that you're choosing a bot that's already on the floor, like you want to avoid bots that have hit the floor already.
Okay.
Like, you don't want to go too low. Like you want to stay like at the horizon and mainly go for bots there.
Okay.
Like these have so low health that you'll be able to kill them before they hit the ground like that.
Okay.
If you have like okay tracking on it.
Because right now I've noticed because this theme I got from Gravity, and the middle is about the horizon for the bots, which is really nice to kind of keep that as like a reference point, so that way you can switch to that. Like they kind of crest the top of it.
That line.
Yeah, that line, which is really nice.
So you notice how you can feel like you really you want to get into that pattern of hits.
Yeah. You just don't want to. You want to get them on the downward, right? You're saying like right there. Kind of like let it crest.
You're doing it quite well right now.
Okay.
Like right when they hit the apex, that's when you just want to finish it off and then move to the next one that's also in that alt movement.
Okay.
Ooh. Unironically, at the end, you could have had another pattern start there, but it was at the end.
And then you want to be... Are you looking for groups and trying to run better in groups? So that way you can just kind of farm the groups?
Right there.
Get in that rhythm.
You want to look for. Like you don't need to look at the bot that you're currently on if you know that it's just like in a downward motion. Like you could just kind of automatically do it. It'll be instinctive if you get it. If you really learn it.
I hate it when the bots collide.
Sometimes it could be a really good thing if they go that close. I mean, so far I'm seeing like, is this higher than like your usual like average so far?
So I'm usually,
is it around?
It's like right around. My best right now it's 662, and I hit that about 5 days ago. So I'm usually sitting right around here.
I think what you might benefit from a lot, like unironically, is if you improve your dynamic clicking on bounce shot.
Okay.
Like bounce shot and bounce CS, same sort of concepts. But what really you want to train is getting better at watching bots in your peripheral and then making sure that you can manage, you know, watching those bots and finishing off the one that you're currently on, so that you always have another bot to go to, and then you don't like get stuck on like one part of the map or one bot for too long.
Yeah.
Like you want your transitions to be fluid.
Okay.
So so keep on doing what you're doing.
Okay.
But like when you notice that you're on the bot and it's falling already, like just continue that downward motion automatically. Like switch from your like main vision to your like peripheral vision and start
Okay.
looking for the next one that you want to go for.
Okay.
And usually the next one that you want to go for will kind of just fly into your crosshair if it's a cluster.
Now, when would be a good time to just reset and just start it all over?
In this, if you have too many bots that you just didn't finish off,
Yeah.
and like you're just hitting, like you're always like hitting the floor a lot, that would be a good time.
Because essentially you want to be on a bot the whole time.
Yeah.
To maximize score.
Close.
So yeah, that was a lot better.
Did you apply the peripheral thing?
Yeah, just kind of looking, like I hit the bot and then just kind of looking to see what the next bot would be, the best bot to hit. Oh, run didn't feel that good.
Yeah, so you knew to reset there. So like you already have like the instinct sort of down.
Yeah, especially when you were kind of telling me this before. Like if you know the run is not going to be good, just go ahead and just reset. So that way you can just kind of get back. I've noticed I've done that a lot more since you've told me about that.
Look, I know a lot of people say it's like a bad thing and you won't fully like, you won't fully internalize what went wrong, but like you're punishing yourself by like doing it. So it's like a discipline sort of thing.
Like I've seen it like, okay, I know I screwed up on these already. Might as well just, let's jump into something new. Maybe we get some better bots while playing, some better spawns.
Well, my thought process is like, if you're just letting it go through and you're not stopping yourself when you make that mistake, like obviously if you don't know the mistake you made, then yeah, that's the bad thing and you shouldn't reset it. But like if you know that you made that mistake, then if you're punishing yourself every time you make it, then you're eventually going to condition yourself into not doing it again.
Yeah.
And that's why I like resetting.
Gotcha. I've noticed too, like when I'm playing, if a bot will spawn, like if I kill a bot and then it spawns right next to it, it's a lot easier to flick to it. Would it just be better just to get to something else before that, before it reaches its pinnacle?
Not really. If you can like take advantage of a close spawn, like it's another cluster that you can
just
start on.
Okay.
And really what you're doing now is how I got insane at dynamic clicking. Like you want like the elimination of a single target to become an automatic thing that you just know.
Yeah.
It's like juggling,
Seeing what's coming next that you have to get to instead of seeing what you're actually doing.
Yeah, because if you focus too much on the bot that you're on, it's gonna be too slow. And then as you get good at it, like you have a lot of bots that you don't finish off, but like as you get better at it, you'll learn that there's a balance between, okay, this is when I need to switch my focus and this is when I shouldn't.
So a run isn't essentially over if you don't finish a bot. Like you can pick a better bot to go to and then go and finish that bot.
Yeah. Eventually, like, it'll move back into your, like, it'll move back near your crosshair and, like, you'll get the opportunity to finish it off. If you
Okay.
have like 3 or 4 though, that's like probably not good.
Yeah.
Unless you're Lucan.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of his videos since you said to like check him out, and like you said, like he'll be having like a god run with just missed spots that he just goes back and finishes. The start I find is the hardest too, because they all bounce the same. So it's like sometimes it's like, where do you swap? Where do you go to next after the first one?
I think at the start, you really want to pay attention to spawns.
Okay.
And like that's how you build a rhythm. If you know where the next one spawned, that's like the next one that you want to go for.
Gotcha.
Or look at.
Yeah, that right there, where there's like just a bunch of them, it's like sometimes just my mind is like, I want to hit all of them at once, and I screw it up.
I think the main like thing here is like you just want to focus on having like a singular arc motion that you want to follow.
Okay.
So like you got to make a decision. Okay, do I mainly want to farm like the rising bots, or do I mainly want to farm the falling bots? I think falling bots is better because it's more consistent.
It seems a lot easier for falling bots. Yeah, these are this scenario is one of those where I like will do horrible at, then all of a sudden I'll just pop out of nowhere and just hit a good score. It's like very inconsistent with this scenario. And I've done a lot better in a lot of other stuff with just that speed scenarios you were telling me about, you know, the playlist.
Yeah.
Like I raised my 1 wall 5 targets to Jade in Kovacs just from running that scenario, that playlist. Just because like you said, you're like, if you get your flicks down and your speed, you'll start beating your high scores.
I find that to be true. You find that to be true?
I find that to be 100% true.
One thing that I'm seeing a lot of is you have a tendency to switch back to the middle target that spawns.
Okay.
I feel like you should be a little bit more like notice how many times these targets like fly from the left and the right and like they're really up in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You can vary your pacing to like quickly eliminate those because those are basically free targets.
Okay.
So like try to be more free around the map.
Okay.
Like with bounce scenarios, like you never want to be staying in like one place. You want to be going like smoothly left to right, left to right. Because if you stay in one spot like and you farm one spawn, like you'll miss out on clusters everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what might be an interesting detour
What's
to
that?
take from this in like a couple more runs of this? Try to go to the season 3 B180T voltaic scenario. Play the easy version and like see how that feels.
Okay. I'll finish this one out and then try that out and see.
Because season 3 Voltaic is where, like, you know, like, that's where most of us learn how to do things.
So you said season, what was it?
No, like, B180T Voltaic easy.
B180T easy?
Voltaic. In between.
This one?
B180T Voltaic easy.
Oh, Voltaic.
Should be somewhere in there. Oh, the 3.9 rated one.
3.9. Okay.
So this one, like, it's quite different. Like, this is a little bit more like in your face, these targets, and
Okay.
like they'll have a little bit more health. I'm not really sure. But
Okay. I think I remember this.
I got better at this version, the season 3 version, before I got better at the season 4 version. So this might feel a little bit different and might help you.
Okay.
Notice they're closer.
Yeah, they're a lot closer.
That was pretty clean.
That was a lot. That was last time I ran this was last year, October. And then just hit 64 from my
That's
high.
a jump.
Yeah, that was a big jump from last year. Cuz I ran last year I think I was gold cuz I had to take a little bit of time off. So I was gold at the end of season 3. Like
I think you should, unironically, like, if you're gonna sit down and say, okay, I want to hit the next rank on Bounce TS in season 4,
mhm.
you should be playing this. Actually, no, you should be playing maybe Bounce Shot easy, and then you should move to this, and then you should maybe move to like a low gravity, like a low gravity variant of the Bounce Shot from season 4,
Okay.
and then you should play the season 4
Okay.
benchmark, because then, like, you're gonna build up to it. That's how these routines are made. Like,
Mhm.
you're gonna fill it with variants up until the main benchmark, just so that the main benchmark feels a certain way that you want it to feel.
Okay. So run like this season's Bounce Shot. And then
so season 3, this is B180T we'll take from season 3.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think this one, like, will actually really help you improve is because they're closer. Like, there's more space on the map that you have to cover.
Okay.
And it's not really, it's sort of like an illusion, but there's more you're gonna have to move with, and there's more targets that you're gonna have to, like, keep a track of. Because,
Okay.
like, you're gonna have to make more use of your peripheral vision here than in the
actual benchmark.
season 4 one.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, I think the targets last longer, right? Is it?
Yeah, they seem to be.
Or a little bit.
Yeah, the time to kill is a little.
Like, you should find this one to be easier, but also kind of harder in some ways.
Yeah, like it's nice. I can kind of see them a little bit better, like cluster wise, but they are definitely like their jumps a little bit different.
Like, if you pick up your speed here,
Yeah.
then the real one will seem sort of second nature.
Okay.
I mean, it's all feel. Like, obviously, this is why aim training is so tough.
Yeah.
Also, this gives you an idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
This gives you an idea of the kind of pacing that you would need. So like you have what is that? 736. This score right now is 736 on the main sound.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you listen to your hit sounds and if you just watch your pacing from your VOD, try to map that onto the to the main one, and then you'll realize, oh, okay, this is the kind of pacing that I should go for. So if I mess up, like, okay, maybe this is a reset,
Yeah.
or this is what I should look for.
Okay. I need to go back through and watch all my VODs, because like every single time I stream, I'm recording all my aim training. I just don't have a lot of time to either sit down and watch VODs or actually aim train.
That's why I post my VODs so much. Like, I think one of the some advice that I got to promote my channel was like, okay, you should stop posting VODs and start posting actual guides. I'm like, but like if I post VODs, then people get an example of what,
Yeah.
visually to look for. But it's like I plan to do both VODs and guides.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't know, like learning visually from the pros, like even I admit, like I'm at my level now where it's like people learn from me and like, everyone's just taking from my technique, but I still take technique from people. Like,
yeah,
I look at Buckshot, I look at cartoons still.
Yeah, I noticed that like during your stream when you were running for the Celestial, you're like, I need somebody.
Bulldog.
Yeah, I need Bulldog to take a look at a scenario for me.
We all learn off of each other, and that's just. I guess I'm the best example of someone who just leeches off of everyone's technique.
Yeah.
But
and
it works.
You said that before many times. You're just like, watch this, watch this VOD. Now go run it. And that's what I've been trying to do. Like when I'm live streaming my practice, like I'll actually watch a VOD, kind of take it apart, and then try to implement it in my actual runs.
Because like you're feeding your brain this is the correct way of doing something. This is the correct information. So then you're gonna internalize it, and then you're gonna say, and then you're just kind of automatically try to aim how the person you watched aimed.
Yeah.
So if you're watching Lucan, you're gonna have clean flicks. You're gonna have a tendency to have cleaner flicks, and like you're not gonna try and micro as much.
Yeah.
Or if you watch cartoon, you're gonna have a tendency to match his method more than say someone like Minnie. So it works.
Yeah, it does work.
Now once you reach like a really high level, then you can start crafting your own techniques, but that is really complicated. I don't even do that. I only do that for dynamic looking.
I know you said many times that you love dynamic looking.
It's the best category.
I mean, I think that was like one of the first questions I've ever asked you when you were in the stream. I was like, hey, what do you think is the best scenario? And you're like, Pasu, hands down.
Because it teaches you so many things, like movement reading, peripheral reading, smoothness in some ways.
So when does the video go live? Did you already post it?
Yeah, I take forever to post my VODs.
Do you?
Yeah. It's just aim lab stuff. Someone took my wave shot world record, so I had to take it back. And then
I saw
shot
that.
novice.
I saw somebody take wave shot.
It was Enzu.
Yeah.
He can't have that. Sorry, I'm distracting.
Oh no, it's fine. I love the fact that you just like somebody takes the spot, you're like, nope, I'm gonna take it back.
Some spots I won't be able to take back. Like if AOD takes aim beast pass 2, like that'll be a journey to take back.
Yeah.
I plan on fighting with him for some scenarios when I get my new like combo. Did I tell you I'm going for the Raiden M42 combo?
Oh yes, you did. Because aren't you
I
getting
hope I like it.
you're getting the M42 for Christmas? You just haven't opened it yet.
Yeah. It's just sitting over there because, you know, celebration or whatever.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to try out the M42. I heard it's a really good mouse. I see a lot of pros using it.
I don't understand, like, every god aimer, like, close to my level uses it. And it's just... Except for Gueria, he's still on the super light. I mean, if I don't like it, which I really hope I do like it,
yeah,
I'll just... Super light's always there for me.
Super light's a great mouse. The amount of people that use the super light is ridiculous. So it's just a good all-around mouse. It's a good shape. It's a safe shape.
I think you just had a really nice sequence there. Like, you can notice that some of these bots will follow the exact same pattern as each other. And like,
yeah, you can just kind of just switch onto them real easy.
that wasn't a bad start. Like, I feel like what happened there and why that wasn't like a higher score was, I think, somewhere in the middle of that you were on the left and you got into that habit where you abused one spawn. Like, you need to, at most, probably the biggest thing that will shoot your score up is if you abuse 2 spawns.
Okay.
Like, say one bot spawns left and then one bot spawns middle.
Okay.
You kill the one on the left, and then you go to the one from the middle, but then it respawns in the middle, so then it's back, and then it's like a back and forth,
Yeah.
like, spawn.
Okay.
That'll give you like a good pattern to work with.
Okay.
So let's try to look for that in this run. Oh, lefts.
So spawning and then right there.
Like, try to get spawns where you're going just back and forth between 2 targets that just recently spawned.
Like right there.
Yeah, that would be one target, and then it's like juggling. It literally is juggling.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Like, and then you're gonna hit there. Kind of spread out a little bit, but
I feel like in a dynamic looking scenario, it's so much easier to see.
yeah.
Like, target switching is probably a bad example to introduce it in.
But no, I saw for a couple good hits there that, like, I was over right here, and then as soon as I was done with the target on the right, a middle, like, I could see it in the, like, my peripheral vision, and it, you know, it came right up in the middle where I can flick to the middle, and then I saw it spawn on the right, and I could spawn to the right.
Right.
And it was just like I was just hitting it one after another. Like right there, now that one right there. Right, middle, left, middle, right, middle.
Yeah.
Middle. That one.
See, that's what I'm trying to get you to, like, you know, go for. And like,
yeah.
Like, what you're doing right now is that's one target farming. But like, if you could do 2,
yeah,
that's just the next level. The only person that I've ever seen been able to do 3 is Flavo.
Really?
And only for like 5 seconds.
It just gets too overwhelming with just trying to keep track of so many spawns.
Oh, he could do 3 in like a dynamic looking variant, but not here. But you're noticing it, so that's the first step.
Yeah. See, I had no idea about that. Now that you pointed it out, now I can actually start working towards getting that.
Actually, let me try to find a VOD of mine where it's like pretty clear. I'm not sure if I have one.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna turn this whole call into a video and post it so that way people can see it. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, definitely, and then for other people to see it too. Because I think like watching the run is good, but also having it explained about like the little tips, you know, like you've given me, like, hey, you know, check this out, do this, has definitely helped my aim a ton. Even Gravity, he's like, hey, check this out, and he'll say something on, you know, stream about something, and just like the little stuff that you guys, like the, you know, the big aimers have come up and noticed can help people coming up as well.
Okay, honestly, like, I'm looking through the examples that I have, it's like, it's almost bad examples because I'm not doing that technique because it's like, in the moment, it was slow.
Yeah.
Well, like, you'll mostly see people doing this at the start when they know where the spawns are.
Yeah.
Okay, I got an example.
You want to send it over Discord? I swear I hate alt tabbing out of Kovac sometimes.
Hold on, I can't even access our chat.
Okay. Alt tabbing
How do I get back into our chat? Oh my. Discord, please behave. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in your server.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, so in your aim training channel, it's timestamped and it's like only go to the first 15 seconds, only watch the first 15 seconds. And basically what you're gonna see is
I'm gonna mute it. Okay, yeah, I see it right there.
in the first 15 or so seconds, you're gonna see how I'm like juggling between two targets that spawn in the exact same spaces. So if you go to like 5 seconds, like I'm juggling between the left and the right spawn. I mean the left and the middle spawn.
Yeah.
And like some from the right side are bleeding over. And I'll just eliminate them. I'll treat it like a middle spawn.
Okay.
Like this is really fast. And like I'm able to take advantage of the spawns like that. But you can kind of, you know, start to get used to two spawn abusing, and like I don't like to call it abusing, but it's just
Yeah,
it basically is that.
Here, we can actually slow it down too. So I'll start at 3. I got on 50%, so that way.
Yeah, 3 seconds is when I try to get into that pattern.
Yeah. Because right there now you're hitting the center, you hit the left, over to the center, left, and then like you said, it bled over right there, so that way you can see. Yeah, I can. Now that you've pointed it out, and I'm starting to like keep that in the back of my mind while running the scenario, like I'm starting to see it more.
Yeah, like not even looking at the speed or the targets I'm going for. Just look at where I am on the map. You know.
Yeah.
Like I can stay there for as long as the spawns let me stay there.
Yeah. And then once when it kind of got like it seemed like you knew that the spawns weren't going to be kind of left. You had more on the right, and you were kind of working that area. You switched.
Working. So, like I work this side of the map, and then I work the other side of the map. It's like when I feel like, okay, I've been here for a little bit too long, I'm not gonna have this much luck, so I'm just gonna move.
Yeah.
This is very enjoyable. People are like, there's no game sense in aim training, but like,
there's like,
literally, what am I just saying? Like when I feel like I run out of luck on this side, I'm gonna move to this side, and then I feel like there's a lot of thought.
There is.
I don't like people that say that.
And you know, like most people like don't realize in aim training like how you run this scenario and like how it's you against you. You know, you don't have to worry about a team letting down a team or anything like that. You're pushing your score and you're trying to make it better for yourself.
And like obviously if you're training someone, like I'm gonna be coaching like pros and stuff. Like if you're training a pro for their aim game stuff, like that's a different sort of thing. But like the thought process of score pushing and like VT rank grinding, that requires some amount of theory.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If West Proter is in the chat, yeah, I just said aim theory. West Proter is a meme in this community.
Yeah, I've noticed quite a bit. Yeah, I'm slowly like, so I hit that personal best right there, and then dip down, and now I'm just like steadily climbing up now.
I mean, so far I'm not seeing like terrible habits that like immediately I would just have to like stop and break it. Like I think you're just gonna have to take time and integrate this sort of technique into the run.
I'm definitely I'm gonna write down all the notes too. Like I'm gonna go back through the VOD and write notes on it all, so that way I'll have that too to check up on.
Always have an approach for, especially the benchmark scenarios. Like have something in mind that you want to take advantage of.
Yeah. It's funny because like when I first started, like I had no idea, and then like Gravity came into my chat and he was like, "Oh, you need like I think it was like on like this season 3 of Bounce TS, and he was like, you want to hit, you know, kind of at the pinnacle," and you know he was giving me tips because I had no idea. I was just trying to ape through it, just trying to go as fast as I could and hit whatever I could. But he's like, "There's a way to play it."
Do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of the tips that I give for score pushing, it's not about form or anything. Like I don't know, like I can't force you to use like some weird grip that I know or a specific like training regimen. But like I can tell you how a map is best played, and like I can probably like give you the best tips. For how to play a map and how to make it take advantage of spawns and stuff, because like that's score pushing.
Yeah.
Like as someone who doesn't train for in-game stuff, like I will notice these kinds of things.
Yeah. Like you said, like aim trainers that's your main game. You know.
And I think
unless Quake comes out with a good game.
Yeah, until there is a Quake game.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you know what you should be looking for, I think the rest of it is just speed, and the AIMER 7 routine's given that to you. I'm gonna be making some modifications to that.
Okay.
I think it's too short, and I want to make playlists where it's like you can use the shuffle ability and you'll be able to get certain scenarios, because there's no real direction with them. It's just here are some speed scenarios, or here are some dynamic clicking scenarios. Like it's not leading up to a benchmark or anything.
Yeah. And that's what I've noticed like on like doing playlists is like get the core foundation down on something and then move on to add something to it, you know.
Like, I hope that this playlist replaces AIMER 7's sort of original stuff.
Because it's old.
Training the core.
Yeah. His stuff is good, but it's just so old and dated now.
I mean, ours is gonna use a lot of OG scenarios, Pathfinders, but it's gonna feel better. It's not gonna be like AIMER 7. It'll feel newer. It will. I hope it will. As long as do you think AIMER 7 speed feels like a modern version of what his vision of speed was going to be?
It feels good, but definitely you can, like you said with like viscose. The viscose it's too far apart. So like you're trying to flick on stuff and it's too far apart. But when you use the other scenario, it seemed a lot better. What he was first applying to it seemed really good with the scenarios you had, but we've now come and have a lot more scenarios from a lot better creators. So we can take advantage of those, use the same principles, and then use the newer scenarios to help train better.
I think that's what Tamas tried to do, but it was still very close, and we were still at a point of time where scenarios that could replace them had not been really detailed.
Yeah.
But I think Kovacs has been around long enough, and we have those scenarios now.
Yeah. I mean, Gravity's scenarios for his stuff that he made are amazing for the stuff he's done.
Oh, and obviously I will be asking Low Gravity to build some stuff if I can't find a good replacement for something I knew in AIMER 7.
So are you going to do just Kovacs, or are you going to do Kovacs and AIMLabs?
Because of where my roots are and where these OG scenarios are, I think we're sticking just to Kovacs.
Okay.
Unless we onboard like a lot of AIMLab players who know AIMLab OG scenarios, like that's really the point behind this. Like, I'm trying to give new players the kind of start that I had, rather than like some other start that might be subpar. Or,
yeah.
Like, cause everyone asked me like, what routines did I run? How did I jump into Voltaic starting at Jade?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like everyone else, they might start at like gold or plat. Like, why am I like sort of a freak of nature? And I'm just gonna try and give them my start.
Yeah.
And that was my start was AIMER 7. So
yeah, because I know my start was I downloaded Kovacs. I had no idea because I heard about it, and then jumped into some scenarios and they were just too hard, and then I didn't touch it for the longest time. Then I saw some more people playing, and I was like, I'm gonna try it again. So then I saw Voltaic and just jumped into like their fundamentals without really having the fundamentals to start with, if that makes sense.
Let me talk about my start. I think my first 20 hours of Kovacs was Jumbo Tile Frenzy. I was one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped for a while, and I knew that there was stuff going on with like Sparky. Voltaic was called Sparky.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really want to deal with that. Like, I wanted to. I just went straight to the AIMER 7 routines, and like you said, you played like you played scenarios that were too difficult, right?
Yes, way too difficult.
But then you ended up stopping, right? Here's the thing. What I did, I think one of his scenarios on there was Popcorn, and now you know what happened with Popcorn.
Yeah.
My best scenario. My first score on a Popcorn scenario was not even over 100 points. Like, I hit 2 targets.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And I think a lot of players, they need to. They shouldn't just call it quits if they, like. I feel like another person, after seeing that they hit only 2 targets for a minute, they would immediately like leave.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want people to do with Pathfinders. And
yes.
It's just like, I didn't leave after that. And I still kept hitting like 2 or 3 targets, but eventually
you hit 4, and then you hit 5.
I hit 4, and then it became an exponential thing, and I hit 8, and then it hit freaking 16, and then okay. So I say that's why with Pathfinders, I don't want it to be. I'm not designing it like novice, intermediate, advanced. I'm just gonna keep it around intermediate, maybe in between intermediate and advanced, because I want to challenge these people. But I don't want to make it feel like they're hitting 2 targets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like one of my very first playlists that I ever did. So do you ever watch Daz for his Apex stuff?
I've heard of him.
So he is very big into Apex. And first he was doing, I don't even think I even have his playlist anymore. But I was playing Apex at the time, and I was looking up how to become better at Apex, and he had his stuff. So I jumped into his playlist, and the targets were moving so fast, and I didn't have Kovacs set up at all. Like, I didn't have my FOV, my sensitivity, themes, anything like that. And it was just so hard and so overwhelming. I got thrown so much information at one time that I didn't know what to do, and was just like, no, this isn't for me right now.
I think honestly what you should look to do if you want to like elevate your level. I'm not sure if it'll work, but like maybe sit down one of these days, like not even on stream. Like you don't have to do it on stream. Like pick like a playlist that will that will be on the edge of feeling impossible for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like just farm it like for a little bit.
Okay.
And like see how it feels like at that level, and like do this for like a good amount of time, like maybe a couple weeks, and then like mix it in with the easier ones and see how they feel after that, because that's the whole logic. Like you want to play a harder thing of a scenario, it'll feel easier when you play the other easier variant. Like I don't know. I'm not sure like what playlists you want to try out. Like you could try out the old Eerie Cold Cineris stuff, or maybe look around the community. But
like
I feel like
I know for like, you know, talking with you and you being in my chat for the longest time, I think the thing I need to work on the most is just my speed with flicks.
Right.
Flicks and speed. And I know that from watching my VODs when I watch them. Like if I post something on YouTube and just watching it because I'm trying to edit, I'm just like, during the time when I'm playing it, it feels fast. But then when I watch the VOD, I'm like, that is so super slow. Like, why do I think that's fast? So I need to work on my speed as well.
You might need to, I mean, with speed, I like to just, it might not be good for your wrist at all, but like, obviously nothing we do is good for our wrists.
No.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like you can try to be like more snappy. Hey, okay, but last thing before I like gotta go.
Yeah.
Play Fugla pressure. Like switch to a static theme and play Fugla pressure on like 60 cm.
Okay. I'll pull up your statics. You said 60?
Yeah. 60 or 60.
And
then play just the basic original Fugla pressure.
I'm gonna spell it wrong, watch. Yep.
And big challenge, don't let a single bot die.
I'll just
without you killing it.
Okay. Fugla pressure.
Should be somewhere like on the bottom, like wait, whoa, they have rem click pressure. I gotta play that later. So.
Right there.
Yeah, I gotta play that later. So
Fugla pressure.
Should be a really high rated scenario if it's the first one.
Let's just go highest rated. We got 7 targets. Fugla pressure 6 bots.
I don't know where it's at then.
I thought I had, maybe I think I have it in a playlist.
Go to, I think it might be in
right there.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll just play it right here. So you said don't let a target die?
It's tough, isn't it?
It's really tough.
Like, even when I say like I'm not gonna let one die, it's like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. The hardest part is like when you're, let's say you're at the top of the map for like farming some dots, and something pops at the bottom and you don't even see it.
If you see something growing in your peripheral vision, like one of those dots,
Mm.
Another part of the challenge, maybe like maybe try to just flick to it, like do like an insane fast flick to it, because it's so large that you'll probably end up hitting it.
Actually, the reasoning behind that is pretty good.
But yeah, this honestly, this will really help your static speed. Like if you punish yourself with it enough. It's painful. It's incredibly painful and fury inducing, but you know, I think I got my speed from reflex flick, and that is even worse for your wrist than this is. So I think I would recommend you play this and not reflex flick.
Okay.
So yeah, I think if you do this and the speed playlist and a bunch of like trying to imitate Lucan or whatever, like your speed will pick up.
Okay.
It's just inevitable. But I mean, good luck games, and
Yeah, definitely.
thank you chat. Anyone who's in there, I hope this helped out. Give good tips or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry I couldn't play Overwatch. Like my team wants to farm ladder for a bit.
Yeah, that's no problem. No, I appreciate you for getting on and helping out.
Maybe some other time.
Yeah.
And I'll be live tomorrow at the same time as usual.
Okay. Cool. Well, I appreciate you, Matty.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
I'll see you.